Tuesday evening, South Carolina Willow Watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Tuesday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Tuesday evening going into your future. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure you go and hit the share button. Share it with all of the people that you know as we're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're at 475. We are 3/4 of the way there. And we need 25, yes, 25 more people to go on and hit that subscribe button. And we will be there to our main goal of 500. And then we'll push on further past that. But we gotta get to 500 first. And let's go on now, though, and look at the radar and talk with the recorded audience for the people who can unfortunately not make it to the live stream tonight. Good Tuesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Tuesday. I'm your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Tuesday evening going into your future. Now, looking at the radar right now, there is nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina, but if we look at what's going on throughout the entire United States, we do have some rainfall going on up here in New York, Pennsylvania, going to New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware. As well, Ohio and West Virginia also getting some rainfall going up into places like North Dakota and South Dakota as well. And then we also do have some rainfall going on over here inside of Illinois as well as Missouri with some severe weather. Yes, we do have some severe weather going on in Illinois going down into Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas as well. And then as you move over here to your further west, over here like to California getting some rainfall, Las Vegas down there getting some rainfall, or at least around Las Vegas as they're under a flood watch. And then just some little shower activity going on up there like in Montana. Going into our cloud cover activity, we do have some cloud cover going on in the southern Midlands going into the PD region of South Carolina as well. And again, that is a pretty kind of like not so surprising thing, if I was to say. That was forecasted. And if you go and look into the forecast, this is what it was supposed to look like at around 8 o'clock. And you can see it's still pretty accurate as to what we're going to see as we go into tonight. You can see that cloud cover will expand more and more to the northwest as we'll have more cloud cover push in from obviously the low pressure over there off the coast of Florida. That will bring us some cloud cover and it will cover the entire state. I mean, by the time you get to around tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be just completely covered in terms of cloud cover. Current temperatures right now, though, 80 in Columbia as well as 77 in St. Matthews, 79 in Orangeburg as well as 77 in Eastover, 79 in Sumter as well as 75 in Kingstree, 75 in Georgetown as well as 75 in Conway, 77 in Myrtle Beach as well as 77 in North Myrtle Beach, 73 in Loris as well as 75 in Marion, 77 in Florence as well as 79 in Bishopville. We also do have 73 in Chester, 77 in Union as well as 79, I believe that is inside of Woodruff, 77 in Lawrence as well. And let's go on and look at our current temperatures also for Greenville, Spartanburg is 79. Go and look at our low temperatures for tonight. Around 64 in Greenville, 63 in Spartanburg, as well as 64 in Anderson, 63 in Lawrence, as well as 63 in Rock Hill, 64 in Winsboro, 66 in Columbia, 67 in Orangeburg, as well as 68 in Walterboro, 73 in Charleston, and 74 in Hilton Head Island, 70 in Georgetown, and 71 in Myrtle Beach as well. Going into your rainfall, you can see that some rainfall is expected, some heavy rainfall is expected. Like places in like Charleston can receive an inch to maybe an inch and a half as we go from tonight into tomorrow. Then maybe even a half an inch to an inch for Walterboro, Barnwell, and Hilton Head Island. Quarter of an inch to a half an inch for Orangeburg going into Aiken and even Moncks Corner in Georgetown. As well, 1/10 of an inch to a quarter of an inch for Myrtle Beach, Kingstree, Sumter, Columbia, Camden, Newberry, as well as Greenwood as well, and then maybe even 1/100 of an inch to 1/10 of an inch for Dillon, Florence, Rock Hill, Spartanburg, Greenville, and Anderson, and even Lawrence as well as Winsboro. So overall, rainfall is expected for a good amount of us, even though some of us may only receive a little trace. It might, and some regions up there like Sherrod might not receive any rainfall at all. It is, it is most likely that most of us will be receiving some rainfall as we go into from tonight into tomorrow night. Going to the SPC outlook, you can see we have a thunderstorm risk for places down like Hilton Head Island going into Charleston as well. Western Charleston County going into coastal Colleton, and Beaufort County going into Allendale, or not Allendale County, but Jasper County as well. And mainly that coastal low country of South Carolina is really just going to be where we could potentially see some thunderstorms as we go into tonight. And as you go into tomorrow, the entire state, except for the Greenville, Spartanburg, and Rock Hill region, have a chance for a thunderstorm tomorrow. Ingredients are there. If a shower gets going, it will have a possible chance to turn into a thunderstorm and intensify. And same thing for Thursday. Everybody in the state of South Carolina has a chance for a thunderstorm on Thursday as well. So from most likely Wednesday, and then everybody on Thursday will have the chance of receiving a thunderstorm. And if you go into excessive rainfall as well, excessive rainfall is also something that we're going to have to look at. That's pretty important. As we start off tonight, though, no excessive rainfall is expected tonight. But as we go into tomorrow, look at this. Pretty much most of the state, from Greenwood, Columbia, Sumter, Florence, Conway, Myrtle Beach, Somerville, Charleston, Orangeburg, Aiken, going all the way down near Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, going on all the way to like Allendale, Walter, all these places. Minor risk of flooding as we go into tomorrow. And, an isolated flash flooding risk of only like a 5% risk, but 5% is 5%. And as you go into day 3, Thursday, Hilton Head Island all the way up into most of the low country, Orangeburg, Sumter, Florence, Conway, Myrtle Beach, going on up here into Hartsville, Darlington, Bennetville, and Cheraw, has a minor risk of flooding as well, and an isolated flash flood risk on Thursday. Friday, finally starts to chill out, and we actually don't have that much of a threat anymore. Let's go on now and look at our next area that we usually look at, and that is our models. So looking at the models for the short term first, starting off at 9 o'clock p.m., you can see not much going on. And as you even going on, you can finally start to see some rainfall push in for around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning down there, near like the coastal low country of South Carolina. And overall, just some of this rainfall activity that you're looking at. That's what we're looking at here. As you go on and continue, though, to around 10 a.m., that's when we can start to really see some of that moisture start to push into the low country of South Carolina, even to around 11 o'clock in the morning as well. That rainfall will push in. Then by 1 p.m., you're really going to start seeing some of that heavy moisture start to push in into the low country of South Carolina. Southern Midlands getting some rainfall, Grand Strand region receiving some rainfall, but overall, it's not much in terms of like heavy rainfall like the low country probably will be getting. If you go into even further into your short-term future, you can see all this rainfall pushing in. This is pretty much where our thunderstorm threat kicks in, from 2 to 4 p.m., even going to around 7 to 8 p.m. as well. That shower and thunderstorm activity pushes through as you go all the way to around 8 to 9 p.m. as well. And then some more thunderstorm activity, rainfall / downpour activity going on in the low country by around 11 to 12 a.m. And there goes the low pressure over the low country of South Carolina by around 3 to 4 a.m. And that will push up, and it will kind of just circulate around over there in the PD region of South Carolina, just going into the afternoon of June the 5th. So overall, it's going to traverse all the way down from Florida, and it's going to traverse its way up into South Carolina, and that's, what's going to cause our rainfall. And if you go on and look and see how much rainfall could we potentially receive from this thing, overall, it's a good amount. This is around 2, if you're in like the dark purple, the light purple, those regions, that's around 2 to probably around 4 to 5 inches. Now again, that's not the official forecast. The official forecast calls, this is not what it is. The official forecast right here calls for about, at the most, probably around 3 to 4 inches of rainfall, and that's for, again, low country going up into Georgetown and up there into Marion County as well. But again, this will shift, this will change, this goes through the next 3 days, and this will obviously flip around a little bit, and it's not going to be exact. But overall, a good amount of rainfall, and it will help out our drought, as obviously the drought took a big step back, which was a good thing last week, and hopefully it takes another big step back this week as well. Let's go into our short-term future now. So here we go right here, starting off at 2 p.m. on June the 5th. As we go in and push this forward, you can see some more rainfall activity pushing through as you get to around June the 7th, all the way through June the 10th, June the 11th, and the 12th as well. And just overall, just this active period of rainfall. I was talking to some, obviously some people today, and I said that it could potentially be raining or have that rain chance or potentially raining for some people for almost every single day, going in from starting from tomorrow, going all the way into next week, Monday, as well. So, even as you continue to push this forward some more, going all the way into June the 16th, just active. That's pretty much all it's going to be. But obviously, we got to take it one day at a time, and we're focusing on this little low pressure that's going to be pushing its way through as we move through the next 30 hours or so. But it's looking like it's not going to stop anytime soon. Now, things will change, and it's not going to look exactly like this. It may calm down. We've seen it to where it's looked like just completely active, and then the next day, it looks completely dry and just completely clear. So that's why we can't really put our faith too much in this. Probably only for about 200 hours tops, and then after that, that's pretty much all we can say after that. And so that's it there. And let's go on now and look at our tropical update. We're back on with the tropical updates, obviously, and you can see here there is obviously a yellow risk off the coast. We talked about this last night, and you see it says a 10% chance of becoming a tropical depression as you move through the next 48 hours, and then a 10% chance of becoming a tropical depression through the next 7 days. And it says showers and thunderstorms located over the Florida Peninsula, the northwestern Bahamas, and the adjacent Atlantic and Gulf waters are associated with the broad trough of low pressure. A non-tropical low pressure area is forecasted to form from this system near or offshore of the southeastern U.S. coast during the next couple of days. If the low remains offshore, it could gradually develop some subtropical or tropical characteristics later this week while moving northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And that's obviously what's going to cause us our minor flooding threat as we go into tomorrow and even Wednesday, or tomorrow and Thursday as well. And just our thunderstorm threat in general. So overall, only a 10%. We're not, too concerned about this, but it's still there. And the longer it stays off to the coast, the higher chance it will have to turn to something stronger. Let's go on and look at the crazy score now. And we're at a 24 for tonight. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it just tells us how crazy the weather is in South Carolina from a scale of 1 to 100. And it's at a 24 inside the mild category, mainly because it's cloudy out there. And the clouds will increase as we go later into tonight. But overall, no major concerns. And so that's it there. Let's go on now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, my cousin Dad says, "Good evening, Joseph. I trust all is well with you. All is well with me. I did get the video from you. I will show that acceptance speech from last night's drawing that we did of the Fan of the Month. If you want to go back and check that out, you can by checking out yesterday evening's forecast." My name says, "Hello, Jay. Hello to you." Trail says, "Hi, Joseph. Hello to you." Mr. Anthony says, "Good evening." Good evening to you. And then my cousin Cheryl says, "Good evening. Sorry I am late checking in. That's all good. You still made it. I hope you had a wonderful day." It's supposed to be hot the next 3 days in Philly, so we got to keep cool. We'll get into Philadelphia's forecast in just a second. But that's all that I see in terms of the chat. So let's go on and talk about our 3 locations of San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. Starting off with San Antonio first, low temperatures tonight 78, high temperatures tomorrow 93, low temperatures tomorrow night 77. There is a slight chance of thunderstorms tonight, and there also is a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow as well. But tomorrow night, no threat for any sort of thunderstorms for San Antonio. Now, in terms of severe weather, we do not have any risk for any severe weather as you move through the next 8 days or so for now. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, pretty much you say the same thing. It gets close, but not quite. So no severe weather and no excessive rainfall expected for San Antonio. As you go into Raleigh, our next location, low temperatures tonight 60, high temperatures tomorrow at 86, low temperatures tomorrow night 65. No precipitation expected tonight, but there will be a haze, obviously, from the Canadian wildfires that are going on. Precipitation tomorrow, no precipitation expected, but tomorrow night, there is a chance of showers tomorrow night. As we go into excessive rainfall and severe weather, on Thursday, some minor flooding cannot be ruled out, so definitely watch for that. And then severe weather, no severe weather is expected. And then Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight 60, high temperatures tomorrow at 87. So yes, it's going to get definitely hot out there. And speaking of, it's actually going to be hotter in Philadelphia than South Carolina tomorrow, with high temperatures in South Carolina being at tops like the mid 80s. So it's going to be hotter in Philadelphia than it is inside of all of South Carolina. But low temperatures tomorrow night, though, at 64, and then there's no precipitation expected tonight or tomorrow. And then if you go in terms of severe weather, no severe weather is expected. In terms of excessive rainfall, there is no excessive rainfall expected for Philadelphia either. So let's go on real quick and show. We're going to go on and show a picture that I got from Trail, and then we're also going to show my cousin Dad's acceptance speech first, though, and then we'll show the picture that I got from Trail. But first, let me go on and pull up the video real quick. I got it right here. Let me go on and download it. Here we go. It should play. There it is. All right, I got it. So let's go on now and play this video. So this is his acceptance speech from yesterday.
Good afternoon, Joseph. Good afternoon, Joseph. Coming to you from Rio Palace, Tropical Bay in Jamaica. Just wanted to say thank you very much for selecting me as Fan of the Month. I really do appreciate it, and I would encourage everyone who joins the podcast to go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and let's get these numbers up. Thank you so much again. I really do appreciate it.
And that was the video. Let's go and give him a round of applause real quick for that. Round of applause for that video. That was the first ever acceptance speech I've ever received from a person that was accepting of the Fan of the Month. So I thank you so much for that. And let's go on now and show Trail's picture real quick. Earlier, she's told us that we had some, that she had some turtles in her yard, and she actually brought a photo and sent me a photo of it. Here it is right here. And, obviously a great thing when you can go outside or even just look out the window and see wildlife. So thank you so much for that picture as well. And so that's pretty much it in terms of the picture that we have. If you want to send in a picture, a video, or anything like that, you can by sending them to scweather360@gmail.com. Again, that is SC, like South Carolina, weather360@gmail.com. So you can go on and send them to me there. I will show them. And just whenever, just if I don't show it the day of, send me a comment inside of the chat, or just on a video or anything like that. I will see it, and then I'll show it probably the next night. One more thing before we go on and head out. We did not talk about what was going on throughout the entire U.S., so I do want to talk about that, because that is in the daily thing that we do. So it says scattered severe thunderstorms and heavy rain remain possible from the southern Great Plains to the Midwest. Locally, heavy rainfall and thunderstorms, as well as the potential for scattered flash flooding, are expected across the southwest and southern Florida. Smoke from Canadian wildfires will continue to bring reduced air qualities to the reduced air quality across the upper Midwest and into the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. So from New York City down towards New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, North Carolina, going down into Connecticut, Virginia, even Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Nebraska as well is also included in there. Just a lot of areas that will be impacted by this Canadian wildfire smoke that's going to bring its way down, and that's why they don't want you to be outside for too long, just inhaling all of it in. And so that's it there. We also talked about flash flooding down there for like California going to Las Vegas and Arizona, Oklahoma receiving potentially some flooding, as well as Kansas and Missouri. And then severe weather with a tornado watch out over there for Oklahoma right now as we speak. And then down there in Miami in southern Florida, as that's where some more flooding is going on. And so that's it there. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the forecast tonight. If you did, make sure you go and hit the like button and subscribe button as well. And that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else inside the chat that's at least directed to me. So I will be back tomorrow morning with your Wednesday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday evening. Hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way out.